working growth and expanding opportunities for the Liberian people. Today's engagement also offers an important opportunity to deepen dialogue on one of our shared priorities, which is enhancing support for Liberia's small and medium enterprises. For us, SMEs form the backbone of our economy, and expanding their contribution is vital to sustainable and inclusive growth. We look forward to exploring how we can jointly improve the business environment, broaden access to finance, and reinforce the institutional frameworks that enable local enterprises to thrive. At the Central Bank of Liberia, we take pride in the progress made in strengthening microfinancial stability and building the foundations for inclusive and sustainable development. Managing Director, please allow me to highlight a few of the key achievements at the Central Bank of Liberia. One, monetary price stability through prudent monetary policy, which has resulted in a more predictable inflation environment and which has resulted in the achievement of 4% inflation at the end of December 2025. And we'd like to emphasize that this is the first time in over 2 decades that we're able to achieve this level of inflation in the country. But beyond that, and against our expectation, as has been the norm, inflation in January 2026 declined to 3.2% and to further 3.1% at the end of February 2026. Also, we've had a successful introduction and circulation of new family of Liberian currency, which has improved public confidence and enhanced the efficiency of cash transactions across the country. We've also focused on strengthening the banking sector, which has led through improved supervision, enhanced regulatory compliance, and better risk management practices, which has led to the reduction in NPL levels from 21.6% in January 2025 to 12.79% in February 2026. This is due to some adjustment. At December 2025, we were at 12.58%. And because of some of the actions that the central bank has taken, practical measures that we put in place, banks are now beginning to react because we issued a firm position to commercial banks in terms of how they can review their portfolios and be able to clean up. So in early 2026, banks have already started because we've issued a directive which will limit the payment of dividends and bonuses to senior management teams of the commercial banking system. So they are now beginning to take some practical measures in order to be able to clean up their books and reduce the NPL levels in the country. We've also made progress in digital financial services by expanding mobile money access, promoting financial inclusion, and supporting the shift to a more modern and efficient payment ecosystem. Mr. Managing Director, we are happy to note that with the launch of Liberia's first instant and inclusive payment system in late December, we have recorded over 1.53 million transactions, valued at 1.43 billion in Liberian dollars and 9.03 million in US dollars as at March, using only 2 use cases: P2P, the person to person, and the government to person. And this is just 3 months. March 15 is just 3 months since the launch. So this tells us a
Good evening, you guys. Good evening, good morning, good afternoon. Namaste, whatever you're watching us from. Um, welcome, welcome, and this is how I like to welcome you to another edition, another chit chat, another chicha pole, whatever that you want to call it, of the late night. I mean, the nightly exchange. Welcome, and we missed each other. We haven't been here for a little bit, you know, now. So we decided to show this today. Um, oh, I see somebody in the back already. That's George. And then Georgian. Hello, George. Take that yellow machine down.
Hello, hello, hello. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I am.
Yeah, so I was just saying hi to everyone and you know, welcoming everyone to the show. And I don't know about you, George, but I haven't been so excited about coming on to talk about anything like that because I've been kind of, I don't know if you call it upset, or disappointed, or whatever about this whole, border thing. So I don't want to come on and say something that I might regret
Oh yeah, yeah.
or that nobody like me, somebody might see my video and cut it and send it to, you know, the guinea pig will be like, okay, so these are the people that say that and say that. So I just try to like, okay, but we still have to sometimes show up, right? But that
Mhm.
was my own reason for not, and plus I had some things to do too. But that was one of the reasons also. What's up with you?
Well, Amy, I feel for you, and I understand your situation because this is a very difficult time in the life of our country and our people to be that helpless, in the face of encroachment on your land. To feel helpless, no help from your government, is a sad thing, and this shows incompetence of our government. Amy, we all have opinions because they are like noses, but sometimes we need to listen to each other because no one got all the ideas. Some old people they owe for nothing. They get nothing they call wisdom. They get gray hair again. And if people try to treat each other well, Liberia will be better. We came on here said from the beginning. Once we saw the labyrinth, put themselves in harm's way, went to that border, raised our flag, saluted it. The next days we saw a big deployment of military there to see what's going on, to keep the people safe, comfortable. Our government did not do it. When we said it, they said, "Oh, you're opposition. You're against
Some
Waka
people
Waka
think
again."
that though, but I don't think they stay. I think people
No,
went
they
there.
say when the surveillance did that, they went back. But they were waiting for orders. The military that how they operate. So, but by that time, we should know that incident had happened there. We should have deployed our military there. Guess what? Military don't just go at each other and fire. Military people are very trained and they follow orders. They were going to come to that border, and guess what? Military don't mix among each other. They will stand apart and talk. And then they go. Or they will stand there. If you take them for 1 month to stand right to that same place, they will stand there looking at each other. But our government did not do it. Incompetence has brought us to a place where we feel powerless, weak, insignificant. But when you go say, "Oh, diplomacy, Burger gets sense." When our Joia are going to put on and say, "You are going to run away. You are going to do all type of things. You are going to say all sort of crap." But here we are. People are saying we'll pursue diplomacy. The people was saying, and guess what? According to information, they are encroaching more. They are taking more places. They are moving in land into our place. And even I feel for you guys who support this government and want to, continue to praise things. It's hard time that we come together Liberia to talk because Liberia is the only country we have that will never deport. I can get my passport 9 years. The people will tell you, say, my man, the thing you do, we don't want you out they're gonna deport me. But Liberia, nobody can deport me from there. So Liberia is our common denominator. We have to protect our country. So when we come here and want to be patriotic, and when someone calls us, unpatriotic, it hurts. But it is what it is. No one
Thank
listens.
you, Josh.
We are replaced. Our government is lying to us now. They come, they say, oh, the people are deploying to withdraw. What sense does that even make to anyone? They deploy to withdraw. They were not there first, but they come there to move from there.
Who
And then
said that?
your Ministry of Information, when they musing that there were deployment across the border on our side, Jeremiah Pierce said the people were part of the withdrawal process. It didn't make sense, but when we said it, that didn't make sense. Oh no, you're against the government, you're sedition.
Thank you,
But it is what it is. I mean, so I will just give you guys the flow. I know it hurts.
Well, from the way you're talking right now, maybe you're misunderstanding me. I never tell you how disappointed in the way the government was handling it. I'm only disappointed in the fact that we don't have not just military capability. We were just in war. We're trying to rebuild. And then somebody who haven't smelled war before, they see that as a something to bully someone, right? The two countries that have been in war and they are struggling to rebuild, those are the ones you want to contract. Whatever reason he has under his sleeves, whatever is pushing him, something got to be behind this, but we will see. That's the disappointment I was talking about. I'm not disappointed in the way the person is handling it because, I mean, we may be seeing it the way, whatever, but to correct that, I think Morris can bear me witness. When those surveillance went and did what they did, they had their joint security forces deployed at that time. I don't know why they didn't stay, but they went there. So, Morris, come in. If I'm making a mistake, you're how you doing, man?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know where you guys was.
No, we're just
yeah, I wanna actually following, but I know it's on a border issue, right?
Yeah.
George, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing great, my man. How you?
Yeah. I know after the Ramadan, just coming back, and I'm here briefly. I remember, Amy, you called me on a Thursday. Thursday was the eve of the Ramadan. So much.
I think on Friday too. I called you on Friday.
Yeah, Friday you called me too. Look, after that whole running around, I went to bed soon. I actually went to bed soon Friday. Yeah.
I also can't celebrate, bro.
Yeah, no, but it's still not late though.
They can't celebrate.
Yeah, there's always time to celebrate. Yeah, but look, the step of diplomacy is never wrong. It's never a wrong idea to start by through negotiating, through diplomacy. It's never a wrong idea. Even in a home, when whether your wife wrong you, or you wrong your wife, or who wrong each other, their friend, if you don't want to tell the friend, say, look, your wife say, let's start. Say sorry. I don't think it show any sign of weakness. No, it doesn't show a sign of weakness. Look, Liberia and Guinea have had a very, very good relationship from years to years. Over time, in fact, Guinea has always been there to protect Liberia in terms of conflict and other things. History tells us that Guinea has always been there for Liberia, from government to government, government to government. And, so starting with the peace talk or negotiation or diplomacy, I don't see that as a weakness. I really don't see that as a weakness. On the other part, nobody would think, I would not think in my slightest thinking that I don't care what power Guinea got, what kind of military might Guinea got, they can just walk over Liberia. I would never think so. Yeah. It's not possible. It will never happen. Even if we get army, Even Liberian get army.
We'll bring all the rebels and outside.
Even Liberian get army. They got human being that living Liberia. Guinea will not just kind of walk over us like that kind of way. It would never happen. No. But the step towards that is, I truly believe that there will not be war between Liberia and Guinea. Maybe just something, the tension will rise and stuff like that. But I don't truly believe that there will be a full-scale war between Liberia and Guinea. I don't think so. Because I don't see the need. Why would they be fighting for Liberia and Guinea? But just the worst-case scenario, Guinea will not walk over Liberia. Probably Doumbouya himself doesn't know what it means. War, a conflict. Maybe he not know. Because what happening in Guinea now, even within Guinea own opposition now, having problem with Doumbouya. That Doumbouya is speaking false when he call. I mean, that's a road opposition can do that, right? Even in Guinean media now, all the opposition saying that Guinean President Doumbouya picking war on his neighbor, the two neighbor country that have been peace for years upon years.
For centuries.
Yeah, for century upon century.
Where are you coming from? One of these sparking?
In our country, opposition, anyway, to be on the safe side, rightfully so, some opposition think that this war, just in case the war comes, it coming for Boakai. That's how they see it. Yeah, unfortunately, even our national leaders, speaking like as if when the war comes, it coming only for Boakai. There are some citizens that speaking as if
we're speaking how to do that.
Yeah, as if when the war comes, it will only come for Boakai. No, I don't think so. If Guinea, because the first thing, before I even get back to him, let's say for the worst case scenario, war break up. Maybe Doumbouya said might not even succeed. Maybe he not even know that. Maybe he might not even succeed. Because even within his own country, there are people that are also going against him that there was no need for you to go for this war.
For him to focus on his...
Even within your own army, even within your own army, there will be internal conflict within your own army that not everybody will support Doumbouya. Not every Guinean, not even every army will support Guinea for what, just in case it decide to launch a full-scale war with Liberia. Not everybody will support Doumbouya. Maybe he not know that one. He not know what it means, war. But I truly believe that there will not be a full-scale war between Liberia and Guinea. I don't think so. But if it happens, look, Guinea will also suffer. Not only Liberia. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Both of them will suffer. And that's not what we want. We want, and people then, innocent people. Look at the nonsense they did. They got people leaving their residence, going to FOIA area and doing all of that. That is not going. And now, what is more upsetting is that we hear about other areas too. So they are already having a field deal. They are already enjoying this and taking all of the diplomatic approach to be something wicked. We heard some other time, I think at Kuala Bolo area, right? Oh, forgive me.
Kuala Bolo.
Yeah. They're winning and talking about farming and questions. I'm like, these people are really getting bored now. I thought this was just limited to Sodoma or whatever area, but now they're trying to expand. This is getting out of hand now. This is something has to get done about it. This is really getting out of hand now, because I don't know what Doumbouya got some kind of interior motive. For me, I'm not sure. There's no facts to it, right? This is my opinion. I'm thinking there's some low, something hand behind this thing that is going on. That's my thinking. I think something is behind this, and people making it all about old money. Okay, if it was about money, why are they going others into? Something is going on with the whole Doumbouya behavior and something, and he's not going to succeed. If Doumbouya wants war, he's going to have war, but it's not going to be with Liberia. He's going to have a civil war. That's what he will be fighting. You're not having with Liberia and Sierra Leone. God knows we've been to a lot. These two countries have gone to a lot, and they're trying to rebuild. They're trying to let the past, and they realize that their civil crisis was, I don't know about Sierra Leone, but Liberia, we realized that it was useless. It was foolish. It was things that people could do sitting on the table instead of going in the bushes and stuff and just destroy our country and got it all the way back to people who don't even know the history of the Ghana and all can be washing mouth on other. We discover your and all those nonsense, right? And the president now is focused on development. He doesn't want anything to come and jeopardize that. Some stupid person who think you trickle happy or because you go train in some Western world army, you never went to war, you never did anything because you come, you did a coup d'etat and then you want to come and bully other people around you. You don't do that. Your coup d'etat right in the country where you what allow you to stay there and say you president today. But don't bring out on other people who are already experiencing that and don't want to go through it. That's not going to work. And like Morris said, nobody wants war. Nobody, but it's not going to be pretty for him either. It's not going to be pretty for him. He can be in the air with Jebama, who will be in the air with Wishcotton. Okay? What it needs that you will be to the Bola, you will be. No, but also serious no. Like it's just time to get annoying now. I think they're doing too much because they see that Labrador is being quiet about it, and they think they're taking that, as weakness or something like that. I don't know, but it's just been upsetting. But it's nothing that the president is doing that is bad. He's doing the peace. He's going the peaceful route, which he should. Mind you, he's saying that way in Murray River. Something's spark up right now. Now people around that area would be suffering there right now. They just saw many people coming across the street, the water. They're running on the other side already. Imagine if they started fighting. So we don't want that for our people, especially innocent Guineans who are sitting around those areas and who knows nothing about that foolishness they're doing. They don't deserve that either. The people trade with each other to go across the road. All the things they're doing, they're affecting people in that area right now on the Guinea side and on the Liberia side. So it's not just one person thing. So the person trying to keep it peaceful is nothing wrong with that. Absolutely nothing. Come in, George. You're muted.
Look, I heard my brother Maurice talk about Guinea have been there for Liberia. We've been peaceful, coexisting for a long time. But in time, there is in time that people realize that God is making new land. So when they get land somewhere, when they see land somewhere that belongs to them, they'll go and claim it. But then you that own the land, you now have the propensity to tell them that God is making new land, they land on my land. But we fail to do that. And that's what we are suffering today.
What do you mean they fail to do that?
What?
What do you mean they fail to do that?
Okay, the first thing is that when our president came from Conakry, he said the talks were productive and that the Guineans were not, going to encroach on our land. Now, while you were saying that, there was mobilization in Conakry and military were moving towards the border in trucks, in tanks. And before we knew it, they were in Kino crossing to the Liberian side. And when we asked him, but Bossman, you said before everything was settled. What happening? Mm-hmm. Information minister said, no, nothing they're doing. They just doing it to withdraw. So that's the problem. That is just pure incompetence when it comes to governance. And I know people will not agree, but I don't care how you call it, diplomacy or not diplomacy. Before you exert diplomacy, before America started to negotiate with Tehran, they showed them their might. They guarded their own territorial borders. They guarded their own territorial borders. That means even we know say Iran cannot fight America, but Iran guarded their territorial borders. They say if you want to come to our country, come, but you will meet us here. We could have not getting more. We not get more. We not get anything. But care our military to be to the border. They're not going for. We say you go for. Even though Guinean they can't for. They can't protect their border. That's what they come there for. You ever see them send the king to Sugon? No. But they went in to protect their border. If our army were there to protect our border, so not going to be this escalating. But when we said it, they say, oh no, you're opposition. If we're there, that's just protection. Let me tell you, the presence of military does not mean a fighting. No, it's a sign. It gave the civilians that are living there confidence that we are protected. It gave the border confidence that it is protected. Why should we say because you are exerting diplomatic efforts, so you cannot deploy your military to protect your borders? Who said that? Who said when they go for peace talk in Ghana, when they used to go for peace talk, who they say the charter revolution used to put a gun down and go dance in the club? They used to be on guard. Because in time of peace, you get ready for war. So they have to be there to protect the integrity, the territorial integrity of our nation. What has failed us? And when you say it, they will say, oh, they may get plenty sense, they may get this. No, that's incompetence to the least. That's the first thing you should have done. As soon as you feel that people, they came to your country, they invaded and went back, the first thing you do, you deploy. Even during the World War I, World War II, our Monrovia. When the people come, when they hear they go back, they deploy people down there to close that space so that they cannot come there, because when they see you, they will not come in. That's the thing. Well, the government failed us. And when we say, if people say we are opposition, who they say the water coming for? Who were born who were born 2015 years? Nobody was born 2015. We know when war comes, when it rains for everybody, the good and the bad. And we know when war comes, it will kill indiscriminate. People will die who did not even know about war. Some people say, even know, say, as we speak, some people in Moira, they didn't know, say, it was Guinea border, something happening there. But when war comes, they will die. So we are not talking about that. We are talking about protecting our territorial integrity. That means deploying our military there, not because they're going there to fight, but they're going there to show that this is where we are, this is our place.
Okay, so George, if the military will go there right now, the way the Guineans, and they go there right now, you think that would be a good something? There'll be no tension or whatever there?
I can't answer that question. The reason I can't answer that question is that because it's late. Because when one are pushing them from our land, that means that force will use. We can't just go and say, we beg you, go back, they'll go back. No, they are already there. So we can't push them back. But if we're going to be there, they can't push us back. Then that means they are calling for war. You see it? Even if they're going to shoot in the air, we move on, that means war starts, right? But if we're going to be there, they see us, we see them, they come, they tell us, my man, we come for the place, no, but this is our borderline, and until we can resolve diplomatically, or our president, our leaders resolve amicably that this place is yours, that the only way we'll move from here, but this is the place we know to be ours, so this is our place. We're going to go by and stand across the river and wait for others. And then the diplomacy we're going to be going on now. The presidents are going to be talking to each other because they know that our border is protected, but now nothing. They put Jackie across the place. We can't push.
Yeah, I do kind of agree with that, because when it first happened, they went there. They said, "Oh, the surveillance, they were talking. They were there. Few of them were there, but I don't know why they left. Right? I do agree that they left the place open, and which I always say, well, why would a border place be open and empty like that with no one there? That is, surveillance even had to be the one to confront those people. Exactly. Then that means your country is just vulnerable. Anybody can just walk in anytime and do whatever
they want to do. Yeah, exactly.
But that's how for us to put it on this government and say that's the president's fault. That then that we're not being honest with ourselves, because that's how it always.
We are honest with ourselves. You are not honest with yourself.
Has there been any time in Liberia, the past of we have said here, that you have many all across every border guard in it with that tooth?
No.
Has there been any time?
No, and guess what? All the countries, down all the border points in America, you see border force protect parading. No, we ain't get a human being set to protect all that border. You see that place, the square meter of that place. No army man can go there and say they're protecting it, and we don't request for that. So it's not logical for anybody to make that argument. What we are saying, when the people came to encroach and they went back, we supposed to deploy there, because we know that's the trouble point. That's the speaker area. So that the speeder area was supposed to protect it and get there. They wouldn't come and push us back because it's not war. They will stay to the place and we stand our ground. So we wait and then the big people will start talking because we know say our army will face to face. So we are not saying that they must deploy everybody. They deploy somebody from other here in the mountain to the other place in the mountain to be sleeping there. No, that's not what we are saying, Amy. Now, even if Kerry Barack Obama to be president of Liberia, he would never advise that we go protect all our borderland with people standing all over the hill, over the mountain in the neck. No. But when there is an issue to a place, we deploy there. That's what happens. That's how military works.
Okay. Thank you. Morris, you got anything to say to that?
Yeah, you see, Amy, I will say this again. When you start with diplomacy and negotiation, it's not a wrong thing. That's the best approach. Nowhere where army are not meant to be at the border, assigned at the border. No, that's not what the army are for. What Guinea did was a provocation. For sending the army to the border was a provocation because the army are not assigned to the border. You have different security apparatus that are assigned to the borders.
Immigration.
Which is immigration. You got immigration, you got agriculture, people from the agriculture department, you got people from the custom, finance ministry from the custom department, you got people from the health department. Those are the people that are assigned to the border. When you release the army, you don't just release army easily. And declaration of war, it's not just something that can come easily. You know, even in America here, when Trump wake up and just attack Iran, and they have people that say Trump was not supposed to do it, the legislature, the Congress said Trump was not supposed to do it by himself. He can do it by, only a dictator can do that. A president cannot just wake up. Yeah, he can declare. A president cannot just wake up all by himself and just declare war. He can do that with the constitution of the House.
How is
now
deploying the military is declaring war?
I mean, you were talking, I was listening to you. You think when you were talking, everything was saying, I agree with you.
Amy was asking questions.
Yeah, but Amy was on your team.
Amy, now ask question.
You know, I asked a question.
Yeah, Amy was on your team.
But you just stepping the man right now.
Yeah.
He don't say anything when you're talking.
Amy was on your team. You're talking, I listen to you. What Guinea did was a provocation. But you can ask a question. I just messing with you. You can ask a question. Go ahead.
No, let me ask this question. So,
yeah, go ahead, George.
What George said, right, about, you know, the first time they came and they were facing, they faced the surveillance, and people were kind of, you know, even some of the military people said at that point, when a civilian is holding weapon and coming towards a military man, at that point you're no longer considered as a civilian, right? So they had themselves at risk, and they didn't want that to happen. Few of them came to the border, they went back. So what George is saying, I kind of have that same thought too. Why did they leave when they know that there was a problem area, and you know, why did they just abandon the place and just, you know, leave?
You mean
the
army? You mean the AFL?
I mean, the people who were there, I don't know, the joint security, immigration, and who else then were there. I don't think the army went there.
No, the army did not go there.
Yeah, it was some people there.
But I think they were doing that based on to trying to avoid confrontation.
Well, it is their land, though. It is their land and their borders. So they're saying that these guys are no longer there. How is that provoking somebody? Or how is that confronting them with anything? This is their side. Those guys who are coming across the river, they're the ones should be worried about that, because they're the ones leaving their spot and coming to my side. So if I felt like somebody came in encroaching on my side and they left already, so I came to stay here now since I left it empty. Maybe that's why they did that. But now I will stick around and make sure nobody did that anymore, right?
Mm-hmm.
But they left.
Yeah, that's what I said, because the negotiation, the peace negotiation was going on. So that's why you can say, you know what, everybody leave from the place. We're not fighting. The fact that people here, it will create tension. So everybody leave. That could be the reason. Let you leave. No, Guinea, we're not fighting. We're not fighting. If they're there, fine, but we can leave. We're not fighting. That could be the reason. maybe if those guys were going to be there, the tension would have been different. By now, the tension would have been different. And Amy, you also have to understand that the way the media carrying the news is not the way it is. The media, the way they're blowing the whole thing, it's not the way it is. Actually, it's not the way. Oh, the people did, they enter the other play, this and that. It's not supposed to be that way. And I have problem with the government on that issue. Because you see, everywhere in the world, when the country, there is a national threat, you have to guide the media. You have to guide what people say. You definitely have to. That's the rule. Because you can't just sit down, one person just wake up in the morning and put fear in people and create for nothing panic. You as a government, you have to put that under control. Forget about what people will say. Forget about the politics. You have to put it under control. The way the media carry anything, the way everybody speaking on anything in the media, you have to control. Even the national leaders, they're supposed to guide themselves. The way they say this, because the way they carry anything, sometimes for nothing panic, for nothing tension. The way the thing not even is that how they carry the whole thing. So the government by now is supposed to be able to guide the media and able to, to control how people say things, because you can't create for nothing panicking people. So like I was saying, just to close up, like I was saying, when you just take the army and carry them, it's almost like you are ready for war. And I don't think we have reached to that point. I truly don't think we have reached to that point where you will carry army, the other army on the other side, the other on the other side. I don't think we have reached to that point. I really don't think so. We have reached to that point where we will just release our army, go to the border, everybody's telling you they are going in their hand, this and the other posts telling you that. I don't think we have reached to that point. If we reach to that point, we got army. we definitely got army. That's a rule. That's a job. But I don't think we have reached to that point.
Okay,
So let me comment, Amy, quickly. The thing is that we understand that many border is for the immigration service. So the immigration service is there just like the police are in the city. But when there's an armed conflict, the police don't fight in an armed conflict. The police don't confront military. The police confront crime, surveillance crime between surveillance and stuff like that. So when it's encroachment by another country, it does not require immigration. Immigration there to send your passport, say, yeah, you are free to come, you are free to go, you are not coming, you cannot go. So they think that's what immigration does. But when it comes to encroachment, when it comes to dispute for border lines, it is the military that safeguard the territorial integrity of a nation. So they will send in the army. Our government not sending in the army to protect our place in the first place and allow the people to come and encroach on our land is a complete failure and incompetence. I wanted to accept that, then we can learn from this and move on.
I want to see what the incompetent part is. You just don't agree with their part of doing their way of keeping the peace.
Okay,
At this point, they're the expert.
So where the Guinea soldier are now?
Advisor of the name, right? How is that? So what had happened at this point? They're doing a diplomatic talk or whatever behind the scene, doing other. If they weren't doing anything at all and saying that and said the poor came in and said, okay, you can keep it. Then you can say, okay, incompetent and failure. But that's not the case yet. They are working because the government already told you, or the president already told you why he's taking this route. And he's doing it, what it means, and this and that. He already laid out. So how is that incompetent?
Okay, here's the thing. As a mother, your child came home and said, I got a headache. Then you say, okay, go lay down. And then when that child go lay down, you find out that you want to see that child, the child is unconscious. And then they rush the child to the hospital. Let's forget about what the aftermath. The first thing when the people come there, they'll say, when the child came to you and said, they'll say, what did he do? You say, oh, I told him to go and sleep. Then they say, don't you think it was good for you to take him to the clinic, to the hospital, because he told you that his hair was hurting and he was sick? Then you say, oh no, I felt that,
doesn't necessarily happen all the time.
Necessary. Okay. They will tell you say that incompetence as a mother for what you did.
No, Nobody would tell you that.
Look at George.
Listen, it is incompetence, Amy.
Look at George.
Incompetent decision you made, Amy. So, Amy, you yourself, you will not regret it. You will not regret it. The
So-
simple, I knew I was going to take my son straight to the hospital. Will you not regret that act?
I mean, when you talking about the way your analysis went, like on a child, a lot of time if we going by that, when a child says their head hurts all the time, you don't take them to hospital.
No, sometimes you can say, okay, go and bring a
I'm
medicine.
a
John,
mother, and I know you're not calling me incompetent right now, so we can finish the bullet thing and start and do it right now. Because I don't take my child to the hospital every time he tells me. He just doesn't want to go to school. He'll want to stay home, and then he'll come.
You see, you see George on an example. The child could be suffering from fatigue. Could say, "Go rest. Go take a rest."
The child say, "I'm sick, mama."
That mean you're incompetent.
No, when a child is sick, you first call the child, put your hand there. If the child's skin is warm, the fever, they
just
go
rush
bring
to the hospital.
That one man, no, listen now. My mom would say, go and bring the medicine jar. I'll bring the medicine jar. You're giving paracetamol because you know say it will carry down the fever, right? But then you say, child will go sleep. The child go sleep now. You go later on. You go see the child and the child is battered. People will say they will hold you responsible for that child, and getting that to that level. So that's what we are saying. Our government not destroying. Our government not destroying.
George, that is how you see it. Everybody have the like you started the conversation that opinion are like roses, right? Everybody has that. Look, that's how you see it. The government that will put in power, they don't see it that way. The government don't think it's necessary at this point in time to carry army well fortified to the border. The government don't see it that way. Like, Bureau, let me just tell you quickly, Amy, before in 5 seconds. 1979, the rice riot. What happened? Yes, civil protest, something like that. The government brought the army on the street. What happened? The same army in no time, in less than a year, the same army went over to the same government. So you don't just release army as easy as you may think. That's not how it works. It doesn't work that way. What Guinea did was a provocation. Even Guinea government is being condemned by what they did. Guinea government has been condemned by what they did. So you want us to take the same step?
Who condemning them? What guy?
What you mean? Who? Don't plan to make fun, man. What you call who condemning them?
I'm not seeing any condemnation. That's why I want to tell me point to the condemnation.
The Guinea media,
opposition in media.
What kind of man? Oh, you. I mean,
everybody can be opposition.
Guinea has been condemned for what they did. You want Bouaka to do the same thing. Take army, wear 45, go put it to the border. We'll go in their hand. No, that's not how it works. Now at this point.
Says who?
What? Says the government.
Peace.
Says the government. The government think that's not how they're supposed to do at this point in time. Says by the government, says by the president.
It's incompetent because of the result we have seen now.
No, you can use the word. What are incompetent? The 40?
Okay. So let me get it straight. So you want to tell me?
Have you lost the land?
You want to tell me there's no mistake made?
What a mistake made?
Okay, but if you can see any mistake made, then we don't.
What is a mistake made? They're supposed to put the army would go in their hand to go to the border.
Before army there, yes.
Because what are the mistake there?
Yes, because
okay. All right.
A Liberian shot in the leg. Nigerian soldiers.
Yeah, I think they should have done that too.
They should have. So you don't see any mistake with that. Shut up. Because there was incompetence. The mistake they made was that they should have deployed people. Guess what? The boys put a flare on, they saluted. That the next day they came by and shot somebody in the leg. By that time, our military was supposed to be there, put all the surveillance behind them and say, no, you guys cannot confront these people. We are here. They are our colleagues. We'll talk to them. They stand right at the border. They will come and talk and they go back.
No, that's when it went there, George, when that happened.
Military did not go.
No, not the military. I mean, they had some dude there looking like they going to fight in the desert. Oh, great. What are they going to do? Tan, khaki,
Got
something.
immigration people there,
Okay,
immigration.
and then
Immigration, yeah.
police people and all of that, and then we saw
Police
some
are sort of be
protests.
there. They're not police matter. You see, that's a problem. And when you say, hey, people will say because you opposition. No, I'm not opposition to Liberia. I'm not. I'm in the interest of Liberia because if something goes wrong today, that we will be spending money to tell people they carry to Ghana or to carry to Ivory Coast to go sit down there and be paying rent. Now we ain't paying no rent. People living in their houses. So when something happens now, we will move them somewhere else and be paying extra money for that. We don't have the money for that. That's why we want to make sure that the government makes our people to feel safe. Can you imagine now? People are displaced in their own country. Some people are saying if they put them move on the land, they'll go to Bwaga Island, and Bwaga Island they will take. That's what they are saying. Because our government is incompetent.
I hear people saying they'll go and confront them themselves.
Huh? No.
I
I hear
hear
people
they
say, listen to OKFM. There was an interview done by OKFM, Julius J at the border. And the people say, they say if the people cannot move on the land, they'll go to Foya and go to Bwaga Island. Yeah, they'll go settle there because they went.
Well, I also heard some citizens of that area talking too that they were going to take matters in their own hands. They can deal with this. They can deal with those people. They can do this. They can do that. Which I wish they don't do because we don't want anybody to lose their life. Yeah, you may be able to, but you don't have weapons. These people have weapons. We don't want you to lose your life over a piece of land. And then we end up digging the ground to put you inside and you leave the land here, right? So that's why the way it is now, we should continue that way. Now, I don't think that the president will sit there after, going through all of these channels and then Guinea still sit there and say they want to flex muscles because they know something and want to stay, and then the president will say, oh, like, there's a propaganda going on the social media anyway, Morris. I don't know if you heard it. Some dude calling himself the spokesperson of defense or something like that, talking about how when the president, and I don't even want to play his nonsense here because when I seen it, I don't know if I still have it. If anybody else saw that, the president and President Mada Bio, went to Guinea and then accepted that. Oh yeah, that's true. They're leaning for you. Like, I'm like, who's this dude? Like, who is this clown? Going around calling his expo, he said, oh yeah, that's what they agreed to. And somebody and other one, no, they did not agree to that. That's the propaganda they got.
How do you know?
Because that's the propaganda they got in the Senate. I know that because what my president told me.
We don't have evidence that it's a lie.
Oh, so you believe this guy over what your president said?
I don't believe him. But I cannot call it propaganda. I will have to investigate to see whether there's truth in it. Our president did not come by and tell us that the people on our land and they're going to move. He didn't say that. He said we'll resolve it diplomatically. He said we'll resolve this diplomatically. He didn't even say we'll get back our land or we'll not get back our land. He said we'll resolve it diplomatically.
Joshua, you listen to this, though. What do you mean by you'll get back your land when the president's king or nobody on your land? So what was he supposed to say when they asked him at the airport? He said, we'll get back our land. He said that when in the meeting was fruitful. That's what he said. Now, when he spoke later,
people didn't mean to you. So what the meeting was about? When nobody want our land, when nobody encroaching our land.
What?
What was the meeting about when no one was encroaching
Josh,
our land?
if you don't know, like, let's say this. Don't ask me that. Then when the people came in first, and then you were just saying here. They came back and then they shot somebody in the leg. All of that happened. They were across the river on their land.
Bwaga came back before that shooting happened. Bwaga came back before the shooting happened.
What is wrong with this dude?
No,
he did not. That shooting didn't happen before he went to the street, George.
So, George, that thing was on AB show. When on AB show, that thing can be seen.
Go do your time. You got your timeline all messed up, dude. Go check it out.
When on AB show, that thing can be seen.
So no, let me ask a question. So so the person they shot that they talk about the person and say the person was gonna be healed. That what they were talking about.
Oh god, this guys.
I just want to know
the conversation because I don't know what you're doing right now. What do you mean by the person gonna be healed? The person, what does that have to do with anything? So I'm telling you, to avoid it. That's why they went to the diplomatic talk in Conakry. Now, and when the next day they came back, since they came back, there have been no sign of anybody never went there to confront or anything like that. So no, that's not when the person got shot when the president came from Conakry. You're messing up the timeline, and this is what, like, information. What people was it? Dissemination. Yeah, that's why we are trying to mix it because y'all want to muddy it so much to make it an incompetence. The students are no, there's nothing there like that. Okay, he's handling it the way he sees fit how. There's no way that President Boaga told you say, "Oh, I went," and President Boaga will not come and tell you say that the people land. You know he doesn't care, right? He was like, "God, I'm making no land. Yeah, that the people land to take that land." But where in a country that got Bola river dividing and say, "Oh, that one country get the whole river." Does that make sense to anybody? And people been living over there for centuries and some of the years or decades or whatever. There have been no problem. But there's coup d'etat dude shows up and think he want to destabilize the entire surroundings, and he can't keep that in his own country. And you want everybody to be like a mad. What is it when a madman take your clothes and running when you butt naked and running with your clothes in the street? You jump behind him, start running. What would they say, Morris? All of you are mad,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, but the thing, but the first thing,
That's all that you sign and the man is mad. They will not do that. So going the peaceful route is not incompetence. Okay, that's what's supposed to happen. Now, when somebody you doing all of that, like all of the other news that we're hearing now, they go in other places now. Now that's stretching the something now. They're pushing it now. They're pushing it a little bit. They're pushing it, and there will come a time that if they don't stop, like, bro, get fed up with it, and if every other means fail, I mean, what do you want? That's when you can say something has to happen, and God forbid, we don't want it to, but it will, they got men in our country that don't, just because we don't have they feel like we don't have what they have with our military, so you would just come and just like, overload people like that and try to be bullying somebody, a neighbors that been there for years, that been friends, nothing been going on between them. I don't think that's gonna be that easy of a ride. That's all
but
I'm saying.
yeah, but the first thing, Amy, the same approach Liberia is taking, government is taking, is the same approach Sierra Leone government is taking as well. Sierra Leone president is a military man.
And
The
they
man,
even expressed that few on Carolina
yeah,
military.
yeah,
They beat them up and everything.
exactly. It's not sometimes when you're taking a step of, when you're taking a diplomatic step, it's not a sign of weakness, because you see, war. Nobody, like I said, probably Dumoy, I don't know why it mean war. You think when you, like, let's say Liberia and Guinea attack Liberia, or Liberia and Guinea start fighting, they will get people that will count Guinea side, they will get country that will count Liberia side. Nobody want that in the sub-region. Nobody want that. The same step Waka is taking is the same step the young guy in Sierra Leone, Marabio, is military man, so your man, who were in Liberia as ECOMOG. He overthrew. He turned power over. He came back. He ran election. He won the election. I met a military man. The same approach he taking. So we just the people they trying to exhaust all effort through peace. When everything when they trying to do everything, then nobody will say that. Like I said, Liberia will not say that Guinea can walk over there. Sierra Leone will not say that Guinea can walk over there. It will not happen. But we have to take the process.
We'll go for us
The
claim
peace
challenge.
process. So if you see that, if you see that as incompetent, so it be.
George.
Well, imagine imagine Sierra Leone
claim
going to send up,
challenge.
so yeah, they start shooting, they start doing that.
I know. I was.
Was there? Y'all go for that apple.
Yeah, bam. Oh.
Take that apple and out. Then we'll get them. We'll get out. We'll get out. Go in there. Take that apple and out.
Yeah. But the thing is that
But
the
yeah,
good thing is the good thing is that we the pattern that I've seen is that these days our opinion cannot be our opinion can never be our opinion anymore. Our opinion will be wrong all the time because it does not match the opinion of those we speak to or those who feel that they're on the other side and we're on the other side. Let's make it clear, and I want to make it emphatically clear tonight or today, this morning, that I am not calling for war. I am calling for the protection of our territorial integrity.
Yeah.
That is, when something happens that involves military, we deploy our military there to serve as a buffer between the military and the civilian. Any government that fails to protect its own people, it is not a government.
Yeah.
It is a unit. If you cannot protect the people that now in your own country in time of peace, you got refugees in your own country, displaced people, internally displaced people. You are not a government. You are a two-legged bulldog. That's what it is. And you can take it any way you want to take it. Once you cannot protect the people that you show to uphold the law and protect the integrity of the country, and you cannot do that, and you say in the name of diplomacy, so your people will be displaced in their own country.
George, you keep talking about that display here, right? Let's be honest about the topic right now. This display you're talking about, which we know. What these people display because Guinean soldiers came and they were doing something to them, or because they got scared when they seen the soldiers. That's when, like the other guy was saying, so they took their wives then to go to Foya because they feel like this is a kind of like tradition, I can say, right? When they feel like, okay, this place is not too something, maybe something was sparked up, so let's get the women out of here. So we the men they can just stay, right? Isn't that what over something? They just came up with that idea on their own. It wasn't like something was happening. The government let the Guinean soldier came in and started doing something to their citizens, and then they start there and let it happen. So they are displayed now. That's not what happened. So why are we beating that drum?
When did he leave Liberia?
Don't worry about it. When are we beating? No,
I'm asking the question it's a lead-on question. If you left Liberia before the war, then I'm sorry for you. But let me tell you, the people that walked from Montserrat County all the way to Grand Bassa, they were not shooting at them. The people that came in the city, they came there for the government. But those people have to flee because when two elephants fight, the ground suffers. The civilian will die. So that's why they will leave. So when they feel threatened, their safety is threatened. They don't feel safe. That means the government got to make people to feel safe. That's why they need to form a buffer.
Okay,
but if they don't do that, the people will leave, and when the people leave, they become displaced. They become displaced because they don't feel safe in their own country, Amy.
Thank you for saying that, right? Yeah. So let's say our military were there, or go there to confirm them. Don't you think that would be a bigger fear for them because they're seeing that these two groups looking at they're about to clash, or they're in front of each other, and something could spike up? But these people just decided that they were just the Guinean troops that are over there. To be honest, they don't belong there, but they're not doing anything to any of the civilians, right? And the guys get it left. And while we're saying this, you have the joint security folks among the people in that town. They are there. They're just not at the border. They say they are there protecting it, right, Morris? That's what the guy said when he was on something. They're just not. I guess they're trying to make the people to feel safe, to make them feel like, oh, they are not there, but all the government did not abandon them. They are in the town with them. They are in the areas with them. They're just not going confronting those people because they don't want to spike up anything. That is the whole idea here, right? The whole idea of avoiding the confrontation. That's what they're trying to do. So by them being there and trying to protect those people from just in case they will want to come in the town to do anything to our citizens. Isn't that enough protection? Should they be standing to the border first before where no one is, before they know that the government is protecting them?
Amy,
you know,
I worked for the United Nations for a few decades, right? And I know what it is between warring factions and because I work in DPKO. DPKO is a Department of Peacekeeping Operation. The Department of Peacekeeping Operation. I work in Liberia and then I work overseas, right? So the thing is that when I came to East Timor to work, we used to wear bulletproof jackets and helmets to go to work. We're living in the community, but we used to wear those things to go to work. So yes, why?
Because you're in a war zone?
We did not feel safe. We did not feel safe. So what used to happen? They used to get a troop. The military people, they will have their guns in their hand. They will walk from like Broad Street all the way to Douala, just by the road with a gun and they looking in the bush. They made us feel safe by what they were doing. We felt protected when we see them. We know that they want to shoot gun to somebody, but we know that somebody who wants to shoot us, they will shoot the person. So we feel safe.
What's happening?
What is happening?
They're in a town protecting them. They are not just at the border confronting
Okay.
Guinean soldiers, but they are
Okay.
in the area with them. That's what
Look,
let me look for that video there, man.
I'm good.
Let me
I'm
play it
good.
so you can hear the person say.
You know, I will soon leave you. I will soon leave you guys, man. But you won't play video? You won't play something?
No, go ahead. Listen,
No, you got your video, you can play it. But look,
the next thing I was gonna talk about is that our famous lawmaker, like because he always wants to be famous.
we'll talk about that briefly before. But look, you see, the encroachment of land for another country it's not just something that can be between that two countries. 1990 when George Bush attacked Iraq. One of the reasons that Bush gave was that he said Saddam Hussein was encroaching upon Kuwait on the land, trying to take the land, Kuwait and stuff like that.
And he said he had weapons of mass destruction.
Yeah, that was George Bush Senior.
Okay.
Yeah, that was Senior 1990 when they attacked Iraq. One of the reasons he gave, one of the primary reasons he gave, because Iraq was taking advantage on Iran, the Kuwait, taking the Kuwait land, and they were asked them to leave. They were encouraging. That was the reason he gave. So the point I'm making here is that
I don't want to listen to how the guy said Yaga Koroba, please. If you want to play Yaga Koroba, then I will go see you. Because I have put that for Yaga Koroba. I knew that Yaga Koroba was completely senseless.
I'm not getting Yaga Koroba. No,
you guys are giving platform. Y'all caring for the go
no,
for him.
George, don't do that. Don't. This has nothing to do with Yaga Koroba.
Oh, okay.
Whatever means this and
that. Play.
But besides that, let me just Emma talk. And today you could cover part of y'all. So any part of y'all today.
Where? Because he's talking against the government, you also saw him for him to be part of CDC. No, he's not part of CDC.
Yes, he is.
Are you serious?
Opposition. He
go John CDC. You not know John CDC?
Man, move from here, man.
Who move from here?
You
move from here. John CDC, the dollar contribution you were doing. Was there, took picture of Joe.
When you saw the video, so that means you joined there.
You don't know part of CDC?
My man, wait, man. Okay, I see you, man.
Look at that, man. Until you sleepy, say, man. But let me just, you don't know that go. Look, Guinea, like I said this, right?
I can't stand it. Go ahead, Maurice.
Look, Doumbouya really think that if he attack Guinea, let's say he attack Liberia, he would just walk over Liberia. That's how you think. Even within his own country, there will be people that will turn against him. In Guinea itself, if you not be careful, there will be civil war in Guinea itself.
They say he's looking for war.
Even in the army, within his own army, there will be division in his own army. I wonder he know this. He think he will just kind of walk over Liberia and stay. If he go Sierra Leone, walk over Sierra Leone. Really, that's how he thinking? I don't think so.
I guess so.
Yeah, I don't understand why he thinking. And you think other country will not come in support of Liberia? Look, Liberia in the case, Liberia is the bigger picture. Liberia is on the non-permanent security council. Liberia will never take the same approach that we are taking. No. You can't get army, soldier people gone, they say y'all go to the border. We know what soldier people can do. We know what it means. You got soldier people on the other side, soldier people on the other side. It's almost like war. The government will not do that. They will not take that step. They will not take that step. These guys that just want, Baka will just say, y'all go for it, y'all get the army, y'all go for it, this and that. No. That's not how you do. That's not how you run a country. That's not how you run a government. No. Sierra Leone do the same thing. That man that's so young, man.
Who, Malabio?
Malabio, military man, that's so young, man.
Oh, okay.
You think, yeah. Remember in Liberia, Ecomo.
Oh, was he?
Mana Bio were in Liberia, ECOMO. When
Oh,
they,
during
yeah,
the
when
war?
they were the first group. They were the first group that came in Liberia as ECOMO. They were the part. He was part of the first group that came Liberia ECOMO.
Oh.
Yeah, 1990. When they went back, they had to overthrow the government. 1990, they overthrew the government. 1990, I think 1992. Yeah, I think 1992 they overthrew the government. When they overthrew the government, they was supposed to turn back power. He was captain. I think he was one of the gang leader, but he was not the president. When they took over, they was supposed to go back to the barrack. The man who was there, the president, Strasser, he decided no. He said he will not, this and that. He started, getting rid of. See, Madabio overthrow him. When Madabio overthrow him, I have Madabio turn the country or make sure they have election. How he went back to the barrack. Yeah, this is Madabio. Why you think Tina Meto can go and I mean I saw your man. Tina Meto can attack too, but no. Nobody want war in the sub-region. People looking at how to develop their country. Baka, the Ome is struggling how to develop a country. You think that Ome get down to can send army to the border to go for it? No. Ome will not do it. If that job we are there, maybe they could give job that advice. But now we are there. We are not there. We are not president. We will try step by step, step by step. If at all, Dumwe and against us still adamant, where why they want they will get it?
Yeah, he's really getting on my nerves.
Yeah, why they want they will definitely get it.
So I'm saying here, like, okay, so you saw these two older guys who are older than you. Forget about the presidency, right? But African culture and stuff like that. Cool. They went to meet you. You sat there, and then what? You BS them. By the time they turn their backs, I mean, was there anything else on Sierra Leone side, or it's just like or they already on Sierra Leone side?
Sierra Leone is kind of calm. You see, but even like Biro said, just that the way the media, the way people blowing the thing, it just the way they blowing the whole thing, like making
the fact that they left their side to come and still playing their flag up using cement and still what I put there, I know it's gonna be our pole anyway, so I'm not worried about that. They can put a flag there and carry, but they can't move that pole. But the fact that they left and came into another country, that's a big deal, right?
Yeah, I agree.
They are not shooting by all of them. They're talking about somebody and they're sitting there and they had been there for days.
I agree.
And can't move. That's a big deal.
I agree.
Yeah, they shouldn't be allowed to. They shouldn't be doing that.
I agree.
That's what the diplomacy is all about. And then you got some sicko calling himself spokesperson for defense, carrying some propaganda around how somebody say, yeah, they land for Guinea. You the class? So everywhere that river begins, what about the Niger River? What does that start big in Nigeria, right? Should Nigeria say that they own Niger? They own what else to what? Is it Togo or Benin? Whatever. Should they say they own all of those places? Because it started mostly in Nigeria, or it started from in Nigeria. Should they say that? Where they get that thinking from? If anybody should be following, I'm talking about that AI map they're taking it around from history. If anybody should be fighting anybody for land, it should be like we're fighting them. But we cool with the one we get right now. We don't want to fight them. Keep it. They've been keeping it for years. Let them keep it. But where you coming from? You won't come and get more. No, you can't do that. This is 2026.
I don't even understand our politician, our lawmaker, the government official in like good position. They really think if you walk on like bro, you will even be president.
So let's talk about that.
You even be lawmaker.
Right? I think I should be arrested for treason. What do you think?
Oh, that for sure. Yeah, definitely for that for sure. The government and this is the problem I get with government. When you government. You president, you government. Don't allow anybody. For me, right now, say if a president said, I swear to God, I will put some restriction on social media. I would definitely put some restriction on the usage of social media. Other country doing it. Just recently, I think Indonesia just passed a law called the digital affair, I think digital affair regulation, something like that, to regulate the social media. Because they
a
know
lot
that
of people, at the moment something happening, everybody tend to expertise. Right?
everybody just told us, just right. So,
Guys, they tend to investigative or something coming with a this there, she's there, and then some of those things have the propensity of escalating stuff.
yeah. Why would you allow somebody? Why would you allow a lawmaker? And this is the problem I get, right? I mean, I'm not even cutting you off. This is the problem I get. People think when they say government, it's only the executive. Because that thing you're doing, the host itself supposed to call your to order.
Yeah, you're gonna need to be arrested.
The host itself supposed to call your to order.
He doesn't even know his. They didn't even go to high school, because if he did, he would know his history.
I just common sense you don't have.
I think you can do it. The host itself. He's a lawmaker, and he passing around when he's small in the country. Nobody pay him no money because he's doing nothing for his district, and then you want to be passing around being loud. I don't know, when you think you're loud, you think you're doing something. He said, I'm consistent. That what I was doing last year, no. The reason why people voted for you the last time, let me tell you, Mr. Cordova, if you don't know that, okay? People felt sorry for you. They felt like you're being treated wrongly by the CDC government because the way they used to go attack you and something because you don't support, right? Those were some of the reasons why people voted for you, because they thought, I supported Yege to be re-elected. I did not know Yege for anywhere. Sadly, when Yege, when I saw Yege being, family being, kids, food and stuff being taken away, and people going in his yard, or they're shooting there, they're attacking him, they're doing all of that, even in session, they're threatening, the whipping, to do this, to do that. My understanding was, or what I was thinking is that this guy know he's a lawmaker, he's not doing anything because they're not giving him his chance to do what he was elected to do, because he's not supporting George Weah, which I thought it was wrong, because if you were elected, you're not elected to support the president if you don't want to. Jake can disagree with Joseph Boakai all he wants, but do your job. This government, you're doing all that, you're not insult, you're not push these people button, provoke them, insulting this woman who has sons maybe your age or even older than you, that can whoop your behind somewhere. Nobody paying you no mind. They expose him to me, and I think a lot of people, because nobody chasing you, nobody coming to your house, nobody attacking you, nobody doing anything to you. Why aren't you doing your job? He's sitting there talking about I'm consistent. Well, what you're doing is not what you are elected to do, to just be outside talking and cussing. You were elected to do the job as a representative, and you are doing that. Some people, you are being harassed. Some people thought you are not being given a chance to do your job. Here, nobody harassing you now. Why aren't you doing your job? That's what people don't support. They don't understand. They say, oh, you're supporting your guy because he was insulting John Weah. I don't know about everybody else's, but what I saw, I thought your guy knew what he was doing. He knew his job, and he was not being allowed to. That's why I supported him. I did not support him because he was insulting anybody.
No.
That's not why. But now he has been exposed to me because nobody chasing you anymore, like I said. Nobody bothering you. All the crazy stuff you're talking around. You get up, not sounding like a lawmaker, going in talking out of your throat like some Zogo sitting down somewhere. Still nobody bothering you. Why aren't you doing your job? Just make you disturbing. And going, betraying your country as a lawmaker. Calling on your enemies, right? Talking about your land. So you don't even know your history as a lawmaker. Shame on you. And I think that's treason, and he needs to be arrested. He needs to be arrested.
Yeah, that's true. But like you was saying, right? Yeke, during Weah time, Yeke got sympathy vote. Most of the vote Yeke got a sympathy vote because the way he was treated. Even in own party, even in district, Yeke having party. The children will go there, they'll be attacking, throwing rock, throwing stone, attacking Yeke. Yeke go to the airport, they will stop him. Nobody bother Yeke, nobody hammering him. Nobody get time for Yeke. Nobody can go to a house. Nobody ever been to Yeke house. Nobody even get time for him. Nobody bothering him. But like I said, and one of the reasons why our legislature is so reckless and useless because they have no regulation, no rule, no punishment for them.
No, listen. When it's time for them to shove money in a pocket, Tina sued them. When they talk about not taking Turley the last time, the Justice Ministry and the police, what did they do? The next day they summoned those people then, Morris, because they said they shouldn't take whatever they call Turley. If it's something that has to do with them personally, they are very fast, swift to take action.
No
But when it comes to
punishment.
people who elected them or the country that they're supposed to protect, they act like they don't see or hear those things. That's their problem.
Because the thing you can doing, that one and Baka. Baka got nothing to do with it. The executive got nothing. The horse itself supposed to call your kid over because
Yeah.
this is national issue. Another country, another government, another country coming to encroach upon your land. Then you there, you lawmaker. You there talking craziness, talking nonsense. The horse not supposed to call you.
Even the people in the district.
The people in the district that voted for you supposed to take it on you. Because and this is a problem of the country. Because right now, they just got some people feel that Baka. Because of the hatred they get so much and their political sentiment, their opposition on their head, they just think that Baka. This is about the country. Somebody else coming for us, sir. Because the thing is that if you really love your family, you truly love your family, I swear to God, even if you and your family, you're not in peace, but if somebody coming from different place to come attack your family, you will not stand.
Exactly.
You will not stand. As a true person, you really honest, you really intelligent person, you will not support that person that coming from us, sir.
When it's time to do your internal politics, y'all do it. When it's
y'all
time
do
to
it. You will stop that person. You say, no, I would not.
Wrong foot or something, and then you want to be seen like you're the biggest logo in the town. They put already honorables. Yeah,
I don't even understand why they buffon. I don't even understand why they buffon.
That fool honorable. He's
Seriously.
not honorable. You have to behave like it before somebody call you that.
I don't even understand why they buffon that.
Everything is politics to you. You think because you don't know how to do your job. You think that's what they're talking about? You don't know what they call advocating for your people. In session, bad deals, things that you stand and talk for to bring schools in district number 10, to bring what? The right to bring roads in district number 10, to bring middle schools, to bring high school. Those are the kind of things. Clinic, or something in district number 10. That's what you stand on the floor to do. That's the advocating the vote, not to come outside and be insulting somebody or saying something that you don't know anything about your history, open your wide mouth and saying that you say you advocating you something for your people. No, you don't even know that now I know you don't even know the function of that job. You just hear the name, but you don't know what it actually means. To something, and people sitting there looking at it, like you said, the house sitting there looking at him to something, and they now no, he needs to be arrested because he being a state man, right? Sitting on something, taking those things out of his mouth, his words carry weight. There was the people, even our own, people then saying that their place is something. And you will be giving them more something to come to do that stupidity more. This is not time for politics. This is not about Joseph Walker. This is about Liberia. They talking stupid that Joseph Walker said, "We're not making land." So the hell what?
Yeah, he making fun. He making fun of it.
God not making land anymore.
He making fun of the whole thing.
That is the truth. So what? Somebody should come in and bully you off your own land, and then you said that you don't even know your elementary history, and sitting on a platform talking about the land for them. What proof do you have? What history are you reading? Because if you didn't know your history, you would know. If anybody should be fighting anybody for land, it should be Liberia, not the other way around.
But Amy, I don't even understand what people will get it thinking. Where they thinking coming from? What they thinking coming from now? When Liberian for a war, you even be called lawmaker. Liberian going to war right now. Everything will stop. The only person that will still be there is the president. The president will still be there as the president. The president will still be as a president. Every other thing will stop. You will go. You will not even go to section because even the president, even in the year, the president will still be president. You will not even be lawmaker. Where you go, where you go to go sit down where. You will not even call yourself senator. You will not even call yourself. You will not even be thinking about because I don't understand why they even seen it that way.
No, he's
Let's say-
too blind. He's too naive to know
Let's say
that
let's say God
this
forsake.
is not politics, internal politics.
Let's say God forbid, like we're going to war right now with Guinea. They fight for 1 year, 6 months, 1 year, 6 months. One year. The government has an opportunity to even extend our time.
Mm.
I wanted to even think about all this. The president has the opportunity to even extend the time. You probably will not even be thinking about 2029 election. The 2029 election that you want to go into, that can only happen.
If I don't run as a president, I'm like, I wanted to pick up my
Don't matter to me. That can only happen.
president.
We can only go to 2029 election if we have a successful. If we have a successful term towards 2029. Guinea can start fighting LeBron right now. LeBron start focusing on fighting Guinea and stuff like that. They be on that team 1 year, 2 year, 3. The government has the opportunity to say, you know what, we'll extend the time for election. Are you even thinking about that? I wanted to even thinking about that.
You're too naive to think.
Seriously.
You guys want to be heard.
What made you think that when the country fell, while you even become president?
No sense coming from out of it. But he think he's something.
And the other man talking about he can't listen to Yeke. Well, all that thing Yeke, the Yeke went to Jowea. He said he went to Jowea house to tell Jowea sorry. And Yeke went to CDC headquarters. Even
Yeke was not so. I figured, like I said, this government against so badly, right? This government has exposed Yeke. So some of us who didn't know him, who thought he was
exactly
his job, but he was not being allowed because they're giving him the chance. They're giving everybody. Because he doesn't know what he's doing, so he think he gotta be the loudest, right? Like Senator Dillon said, when they go to meeting, like that's a Maserado, a lawmaker caucus, right? When they go to meetings and stuff, everybody talking something, sensible, sharing ideas, and they say, yeah, just saying, and then he will want to start trouble just because he doesn't have anything concrete to contribute, so he will want to start trouble. I mean, when you looking at me, when they say that, I almost pissed myself. I mean, when you looking at me, that I'm anything concrete to contribute, right? So he had to, like the people always say, if you losing again, you gotta check out again. That's the whole. This is what he's doing. He think when he's I'm an opposition, and every time when he's doing steadiness, he's not doing his job. Then every time because he's in opposition, so that you vote for him because you're on opposition side. Because he's talking about no, you're not consistent. You're not consistent in not doing your job.
He made a regular panelist. On the other show on Spoono. I said, go. I saw the guy.
What happened?
We made a regular panelist on Spoon. I saw the guy. Yeah, okay.
I don't even know why Stanton giving him that.
I know. It made a regular. I said, here you go. Anyway, I don't listen to them because I'm gonna go sit down. I'm gonna go sit down to go listen to Yeke.
He doesn't know how to do it. People will be on a topic when they get to Yeke. So what everybody giving example is since they're talking with facts and stuff or something, just up as a fool. Like what the hell, dude? They're talking about something else. Just up as a role. I tell you, because he doesn't know the topic. He doesn't know what to say. He doesn't know what they're talking about. And it's so embarrassing for me to even open my mouth and say that I supported this dude, right? But I did. I'm gonna own up to it because I was what, naive.
Oh, no, not that you were naive.
I thought what I saw was this guy, knew what he was doing. He knew his job, but he was not being given the chance to do his job because he doesn't support. And growing up in the U.S., every lawmaker don't support the president, but yet still they are respected, right? Because they were elected to do their job as the president was elected, right? So when I'm saying that with Joshua and Yeke, I'm like, okay, That is not right. He was also elected. He's not there to present to the president. Right? It shouldn't be any reason why the president strangled him from doing things in his district. That's what I saw from that picture.
Right.
Now, if there was going to be a mature government who left him alone, right? And like this government is doing, we would have figured out ever say, well, I'm going to put district number 10 in private and they say, oh, for you again. But this government, you can say all you want, but the folks from the United Party,
They got our own district.
and they expose Yeager to some of us who didn't know him like that. Now I'm saying Yeager started from the Twitter fire. What I my Noah go to say, Bagaya baby. Why the man had to contribute at the time? Waka wasn't even inaugurated yet, Morris. Waka was not even over your country caucus yet. What are you talking about? What he gave when he going to donate and he can't tell him that. That's when a woman got pissed and said, well, when I bought that baby.
The guy who in that district, very intelligent guy. The lawmaker that were in that district, very, very smart, intelligent guy. I think he came from the CDC. I think once with CDC was, I think certain time he fall apart with CDC. Julius Berry. I don't know whether you heard the name. Julius Berry. I think he died in America. Yeah, the guy was very intelligent guy, educated guy. I think he was a banker by profession, but yeah.
And they removed him because
no, I think he passed away. I think he got sick. He came in the States. I think he passed away. Not that they removed. Yeah, I think he passed away. Julius Berry.
He was vacant. That how you get one.
Yeah, I think he was either close to the election. That how you get running that. Even Kalono ran that district many times. He didn't win. He didn't win that guy. Yeah, George Kalono. Yeah, Yeke used to go in the market and he giving small money to the market women and fighting, defending the market women. In the line, he'll be patrolling the community like vigilante. He used to do that in the community in the night, this and that. So
that's why.
Yeah.
People little things can carry them.
Exactly. So that was
thank you. I appreciate you, but they must take one of the biggest jobs in the country.
Yeah, that Liberian. So that what he was doing in the night, we patrolling the community, like providing security for the people, and like vigilante, going to the community and this and that, providing small thing for them, this and that. So when I got the now run CDC 2017, who CDC put against you, Moba Molu?
Yeah, gonna be better than Yeke.
Yeah, he could have been better than Yeke. He could have been better than Yeke.
Molu is way stronger.
The CDC pull up Moba Molu against him, so that's how he just won that district. 2023 now, the sympathy, like we said, you got a sympathy vote.
I swear to God, I don't know why people always say, oh, because you get a cousin, I'm like, you must.
And the country now, the government, now like weak president, I don't even like weak leader, man. Seriously, when you president, when you government, you take charge. When things trying to lose control, you take charge. But now, the government even supposed to come and trying to regulate the media. What you say, this thing that happening to the border, be careful what you say.
Mm-hmm.
The government is supposed to come with this. Be careful what you say, because most of the things they just creating for nothing, but anybody will just can say something, especially with national leader. So are there people saying that no punishment for leaders, for national leaders? How the country looking?
It shouldn't be like that.
It shouldn't be like that. We can have a country where anybody can just
Morris, I think one of the things too, like you said about regulating the media or something, I think when the first time this thing happened, right? When the youth went there and got those people out, and it was all over social media, right? People were making a big deal out of it, and making the Guinean army look like, oh, they were nobody. It was just exactly. Making a big deal out of it. I think that added to that fight, that feud too. I think
the way the media
that it was being shown on social media like that. That stuff didn't have to be the ones. That's why they came back like the way they did. I think that has something to do with that too. That's my opinion.
No, but I said on the show one time. I said the way the media carry the whole thing. No, you Yeah, you can't have a country where everybody just lose. Anybody won't say anything, they won't say. The media just lose. The national leaders, the legislature, anybody can just wake up and say something. What kind of country is that? There's no regulation at all. So these people that call themselves lawmakers, people paying them, they are getting paid. So they probably ain't got nothing to do. Even the president is not loose. The president, there are some guideline where the president is supposed to conform himself through. There are some rules where the president is supposed to conform himself with. The president has to work in conformity with that rules. That the president can't just do anything he want to do. The president can't just say anything he wants to say. No. So likewise, the lawmakers cannot just say anything they want to say. They can't just do anything they want to do. The political leaders that won't be president or this and that, they can't just speak anyhow. No, that's the problem of the country. But even in the home, as a mother, when you mother in the home, you can just speak loosely because
government started to do that right now. The boy want to be dictator.
That is the case. Well, that is the fear the government has. You don't have to think like that too. That is the fear. Other than that, you will have a loose country, and the country will continue to be loose until it lose break. There's no more grip. The country will have no grip.
Speech, like especially opposition.
The country will have no grip.
The opposition, yeah.
No, the country is not just the president. You have what happened? Hey, Prophet Key was causing the president do any the executive no. And the judicial branch say no, this enough is enough. Yeah. Enough is enough. Yeah. The judicial branch say enough is enough.
They actually want to let Prophet Key stay in there for 6 months for real.
I know, right? Yeah.
Prophet Key messing all of that
Lebanon, he talking. Oh, Lebanon, he's causing the Muyama.
He said, "I'm not digging the Muyama."
Yeah, causing the Muyama left and right. And people forget about Prophet Key small. People forget about So you see, you can't have a country like that. That's why you got different branches of government. Even political party is a government in waiting. They should be able to call to order their political leaders as to what they say and what not to say. The legislature is supposed to call to order what members of that body do and not to
because they said they do have their own rules and stuff. Right?
Yeah.
Ethical, whatever thing they got going on there.
This is a national. You can't just pass all over the place talking.
Very sensitive one too. He. This is not what he's supposed to be, because he doesn't know what he's talking about. Just shut the hell up. This is not.
Shut up.
Shut up if you don't know it, and stop acting like you need to be heard in everything. No, you don't.
Nabwaka said Dumuya Boka attack Guinea. Nabwaka called Dumuya to come and coach on Guinea on Liberia. The old man went there and trying to make peace. And he still pass around talking nonsense.
Because they you talking again like
oh yeah, man.
When you get go quiet, nobody paying no man. He gotta come on and say.
Yeah, he been quiet for long, so using a Guinea Boroti to come be talking part of us.
Yeah. But anyway,
I can't believe. Yeah.
Wrapping it up. Let's wrap it up on this stuff.
He looking like someone an Indian woman tonight.
Okay, so let's wrap it up and go to bed. So I can look at.
Yeah, we're wrapping up already. You look like real Indian woman tonight.
Yeah, from Marshall Territory.
Yeah, see.
They're going, they pass up on near that place.
No one allowed.
Yeah, no one people living.
Lebanon, if you need to do more, I say no need to force it, no need to do anything. Just bring small thing and take the land.
Was that so you said the articles?
I swear to God. Yeah, but I mean it was. Yeah, it was a good thing. Look, we just have to pray We are focusing. The government is focusing on rebuilding the country. Making sure our people get a job, our people get a better life. Nobody get interested in war. Look at war fighting thousands of miles. We here for we in Liberia. If I even affects almost every part in the world today.
Yeah, gasoline and
Look at gasoline now today.
We were just enjoying our gasoline prices
Yeah.
this year. Like it was something almost going down to the now. Guess how much it is? Almost $4.
$4. Some people even thinking about parking their car and be catching the train or the bus to go to work. People suffering. People feeling it.
$40 to fill my tank. Now I'm using like 60.
Yeah. Yes. Can you imagine that? Then you got people in Liberia passing all over the place talking about, yeah, they thinking like when they walk on Guinea for Liberia, the only Baka will suffer or the only people in God. No, that's not true. The whole country, people will suffer. You will not even think. Yeah.
Somehow, I mean, with Liberia and we got investment there going on that we're trying to rebuild our country. People, people trying to who got time for war right now to come. Convention
war is bad. If Guinea decide to attack Liberia right now, Liberia got friends. They're not friends to Guinea. They will join Liberia. Probably Guinea too got friends. They're not friends to Liberia. They will join Guinea. Sierra Leone will not stay down there. Africa will not stay down there. Nobody want that. The step the president is taking, we appreciate. We welcome that approach. Until if he agree to the point where we can no longer, then we will take the other route. But for now, we welcome the approach.
But even if he has if he has a military, that two countries he will want to fight at the same time, Sierra Leone and Liberia. Like how would that be for him, right? You get a hit from the other side, you get a hit from the other side. Even though they say you get 16,000 military, which is cool. But I'm pretty sure Sierra Leone got some size too. But it may not be something to yours, but come on, like you said, people got friends and I don't know whether this guy even got respect for ECOWAS. He pulled away from ECOWAS, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that means he's not going to listen to whatever ECOWAS tells him to.
Because when they went for that peace talk, Guinea, Liberia, and Sierra Leone, Africa sent a representative on that peace talk.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Ivorian government had a representation on the table. You are not just the three countries. They had just to see how they can cement.
Mm-hmm. And then after people turned their backs, he did that.
There's a procedure, because even if it get worse, what Liberia will do is that Liberia will inform the international committee. This is what happened. Liberia will not just the way they seen it, go just take the army. They go. Liberia will inform the international committee. Liberia will inform the AU. Liberia will inform the United Nations. Liberia will inform the other country. This is what Guinea is. This is what Guinea is doing. That's how it works. They will not just take the army. They put the army, going there. They say y'all go stand. Y'all anything happen. Y'all wanna. No. That's not how it works.
Yeah. It's not. Hopefully, it doesn't escalate for anything. Hopefully, the way we also need to pray for our country too, right? Because there's a lot of people saying a lot of stuff, prophecies and singing and all of these things. People talk when people mouth is saying something. You always have to whether you believe in or whatever, and from where we stand now, we see the things that are happening. We need to pray for our country because we don't see people running for year and day again. We're rebuilding. Again, in one war, it's going to be a civil war for them.
Civil war in their own country.
It's not going to be them with Sierra Leone. It's not going to be them with Liberia. Those two countries. Do you know what it was like having babies' hands and legs and being chopped off? Talking about short sleeve, long sleeves. In places like Sierra Leone and cutting and you seem crippled. A lot of crippled people in Sierra Leone today. I don't know what, because of those inhumane treatment and during the war, and people die in Liberia. Those countries are thinking about rebuilding and forgetting that past. They don't want to go back to those days. And then you come from nowhere. You want to do your military bullying. You will stick it in your country and leave it right there. You won't cross border. It's not gonna happen. Whether you like it or not, if you want war, it's gonna be right within your own self, your own
Mhm.
what they call it. Oppositions are the one that's gonna give you war, but it's not gonna be Liberia or Sierra Leone. It's not gonna be. But anyway, thank you guys for
Mhm.
chilling with us. Great show. Thank you so much for being here. Please share the show. Continue to share the show so other people can watch it and hear. I don't know, Flea Fly Floor that we had to say in the matters. And we appreciate you, like we always say, for being here with us at this late time. You always share with us. Fix Electronics. You need to put your picture on there because at this point I think you're robots. And I don't like to see profile without pictures. I want to put a face name to the face or face to the name, however they say it. But thank you, y'all, and we'll be back here, God's willing, tomorrow, hopefully. All right, good night, y'all. Have a great night, and continue to pray for our country. Continue to pray for the region. Even pray for getting themselves, okay? For their madman here to settle, and whatever he doing, we send it back to sender 104th. It's not coming to Liberia. It's not coming to Sierra Leone. Like I said before, those two countries been through a lot, and they are not. By the grace of God, God knows we are something, and they're not going back to that again. By the grace of God. So thank you. Continue to pray for our country and our region and our continent. And until then, we'll see you guys willing tomorrow. Good night.